November 15th, 2019, Madison Square Garden, New York. Bob Dylan was 78 years old. After a 58-year career, he had announced that he would give his final concert. All 20,000 tickets sold out in just 3 minutes. Fans from all over the world filled the arena to say goodbye to a legend. But when Dylan walked onto the stage, he did something no one expected. And what happened that night would become one of the greatest surprises in music history. Backstage, Dylan stood in front of a mirror, looking at his own reflection. 58 years. A journey from Minnesota to New York. From a small town to the world. From Robert Zimmerman to Bob Dylan. His manager came in. "Bob, you've got 5 minutes. Are you ready?" Dylan nodded. But there was a strange feeling inside him. Was this really going to be his last concert? In the audience were people of all ages. Fans in their 70s who had followed him since the 1960s. Young people in their 20s who had grown up listening to their parents' Dylan records. 3 generations had gathered for the legend's final concert. In the front row, an elderly woman held a torn ticket from 1963. On a small sign, it read, "Do you remember me?" In the fifth row, a young musician held his guitar, waiting to thank Dylan. In the 20th row, a middle-aged man whispered to his son, "This is your father's music." At 8:30, the lights went out. The crowd stood up, and Bob Dylan walked onto the stage for the last time. The applause lasted 5 full minutes. Dylan waited for the sound to settle. "Good evening," he said, stepping toward the microphone. "I'm Bob Dylan." And he paused. "No, I'm Robert Zimmerman, and I'm very happy to be here with you tonight." The crowd was stunned. Dylan never used his real name on stage. 58 years ago, I came to this city with a guitar, $20 in my pocket, and big dreams. I'm here today because you were always with me. You listened. You supported me. You gave this journey meaning. He began the first song, Blowing in the Wind, but in a slower, more emotional arrangement. The second song was The Times They Are A-Changin'. The crowd sang every word with him. After the song, Dylan stopped. "Tonight, I want to share something special with you. There's a song I wrote in 1962 that I never performed." The crowd held its breath. The song is called The Last Journey. I never recorded it because it was too personal, but tonight it belongs to you. He began to play. The roads are long, the time is short. Every song becomes a memory. Which words were real? Which were a dream? The music stays, but I may leave. But your voices still echo on from every heart, from every song. Music never dies, it only changes hands. From you to me and back again. When the song ended, the hall fell silent. Then came unstoppable applause. Dylan wiped tears from his eyes. "Thank you." Suddenly, the elderly woman in the front row stood up. "Bob," she shouted. "We met at the Gaslight Cafe in 1963. Do you remember me?" Dylan looked closely. Mary Shan?" "Shan," she nodded, crying. "Of course I remember you," Dylan said. "You were my first real fan. You changed my life," she said. Dylan stepped closer. "Mary, would you come up here?" The crowd erupted. She walked onto the stage. "I came to over 400 of your concerts," she said, "because your music gave me a reason to live." Dylan's eyes filled with tears. "And it gave me a reason to keep playing," he said. They embraced. 20,000 people stood and applauded. Later, someone shouted from the crowd, "Bob, don't retire. We still need you." Dylan smiled. "I need to tell you the truth," he said. "This isn't my last concert." The arena froze. I'll make music until the day I die, but this is the last concert of Bob Dylan. A silence fell. I've played Bob Dylan for 58 years, but now I just want to be Robert Zimmerman. He began. Forever young. This time, the audience sang with him. Then he played Blowing in the Wind. Again, but he didn't sing. 20,000 voices did. At the end, Dylan spoke one last time. 58 years ago, I came here with a dream. Tonight, that dream became real because music isn't on the stage, it's inside all of us. Keep the music alive, listen to each other, tell the truth, and never stop being yourself. I was Bob Dylan. Now I'm Robert Zimmerman. He bowed. The applause lasted over 10 minutes. But it wasn't over. The crowd shouted. One more song. Dylan returned. Okay, but everyone must stand and hold hands. 20,000 people stood. Strangers held hands. He began to sing. We shall overcome. There was no longer just music in Madison Square Garden. There was unity, hope, love. At the end, Dylan said, Tonight, you didn't just listen to music, you became music. The next day, the whole world talked about the concert. Bob Dylan's transformation. Robert Zimmerman is born. But the truth was simple. Bob Dylan didn't disappear, he just became himself. November 15th, 2019. The last concert of Bob Dylan. The first concert of Robert Zimmerman. The same man, a different truth. And the music became more powerful than ever. Because sometimes the greatest transformation is removing the mask